Hey everybody, welcome to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, and this is the 46th episode in my 4th Age of Wonders 3 Advanced Strategy series. No comments to go through for this episode, so I'm just going to jump right into the action here. I think we're going to get this episode started with this battle for the Draconian capital, because why wait around? I think everybody is pretty much ready to go here, so yeah, I'll just move them up and we'll get this party started. I do have 200 casting points going into this one. I'll take a quick review of my combat spells before going into this. There's actually probably too many to go through individually, but I have quite a few options for my king here. I do need to remember that slow one could come in incredibly useful. May also consider summoning a siege engine if the mood strikes me. Spells like Destabilize Mana Core wouldn't be as useful against Draconian, so I probably won't be relying on that here. Otherwise, I could send the Firstborns in and nuke stuff with it a couple times if I wanted to. So this is only a probable victory. The Undead aren't a great counter for these things because of the natural fire weakness, but oh yeah, that was one thing I wanted to check. I want to make sure that she has the bonus that gives her units, I think it's protection from light or something like that. Do I have that yet? I don't. That's actually kind of a big mistake. There's really no reason for me not to have that with her leading an army like that. Well, I'm not going to let it slow me down, but I will have to be kind of careful with those Titans. Alright, let's do this. I'm going to be dealing with a lot of fire damage here. They don't have fire walls up, though. The oil spell or whatever it is. Maybe he's not a fire magic guy. Alright, so these guys just do straight up physical damage, so I don't need to worry about them. It's their Draconian Mana Core Riders with 4 fire damage that I'll have to watch out for in terms of my Archons. Otherwise, I think I should be able to handle this. I'm probably going to start by trying to slow those things, just to limit their mobility a bit. I don't see a reason why not to do that. I'd rather do that than pretty much any other spell. Yep, I'm going to start with slow. It's pretty cheap too, so I'm going to cast it on pretty much every single one of those Mana Core Riders. And if I do that enough, they might actually come out after me. This Earth Elemental is going to be pretty important in this battle. He can handle hits from those things a lot better than, well, any of the Titans could. And I'm going to want the Forge Priest probably to give Guardian... Actually, I don't think he can give Guardian... Oh, he can give it to Undead, okay. Probably going to give it to one of those Titans. In fact, I think I'm just going to start off and give it to one of the Titans, like right off the bat. I don't know that it actually gives them... Yeah, okay, so Undead can't be healed by the ability, but it will give them some fire protection, a significant amount. So I think I should probably buff one of them with that. And if I can get this Forge Priest to a different one, I'm going to do the same. Yeah, so I'll get him on the next turn. Who could use Touched by Faith? That Elemental might be able to use that. I think I'll give that to him. Just make him even a little bit more ridiculously OP. Oh, you know what? Now that I think of it, those Trolls could really use Guardian Flames. I'm going to give that to them. Alright. I will move the cannon over here. I'll probably take a pot shot at the wall just to do some damage to it, but they don't seem to have the Flow Rock Quarry here, so I don't need to worry about them repairing their walls. Alright, I think that's good. The Frost Queen might have been oh crap, I gotta not pile people together like that. Fortunately, the Troll has regrowth, so it's not ultimately going to be much of a problem. Okay, let's slow another one. Hopefully that gets their attention. They need to come out here. They disjunct. Oh, they disjuncted Guardian Flame. Okay. Well, it's fine if they want to disjunct that. I'd rather have them disjuncting that than disjuncting the slow on the Manicore Riders. Get that Phalanx up there. Get both of the Phalanxes up there, though. Handle Manicore Riders pretty well. It's kind of difficult to... I'm going to open up a path with this gate over here so the Knights have another way to get through. And try not to bunch everybody up too much. Spread them out a little bit if I can. That way Firestorm Pillar is hopefully not hitting a whole bunch of them all at once. And move those guys right there. It doesn't really matter where they go, they're immune to fire. Alright, well, they dispelled all my Guardian Flames. Alright, we're gonna slow this one here. And we'll see what they try to do. I'm gonna see if I can lure... Actually, you know what I'm gonna do is just keep shooting cannonballs here. I'll break a hole in the wall there, and that might be enough to trigger them. Did I actually break that? I think I did. I think that high rolled. Is that one? Oh, it's 1 health left for real. Okay. The Titan can deal with that. He's going to get rushed by that Manicore Rider, but that's actually probably okay. Just one of them will be alright. The other option is to hit this section of the wall where I don't think anything can come after the Titan. Maybe not a bad idea. I'll basically use them as siege rams for the purposes of this battle. Let's curse somebody, just for fun. I'm going to move this unit over here because I don't really fear the Manicore Rider that much with a Firstborn with the level of defense he's got. I think everybody else is probably okay. I want to keep that Frost Queen out of harm's way for the moment. That looks okay. Alright, they are going to start dispelling that, which is unfortunate for me. But that got them all to come out of the gates. So I can just keep casting slow because it's a guaranteed success. And it will prevent them from retaliating too. It's an incredibly useful spell. Hopefully they're not successful in disjuncting it every time. Let's see, I think Draconian Warbreed should have a frost weakness. Yes, they do. Probably gonna unload on him a little bit with that guy. Maybe with the Theocrat as well. Don't want to put him in harm's way, so I'll need to do something about that other Warbreed, but I kind of want him to... Oh, he had the longbow. I would have been safer shoot. Well, maybe not. The Warbreeds are going to be resistant to that. They got some fire protection. I think the Warbreeds, I'd be better off hitting them with magic anyway. I'm going to do that. Damage him. Beat him up a little bit more. You know, I could have maybe invoked death on him. I'll save that for later on a unit that has full health. I've already damaged this one quite a bit, so I'm going to Black Bolts. Okay, I cursed him, I chilled him. Probably should have started with Black Bolts. And I think I'm just going to take him out with one of those Titans. Okay. As far as this guy goes, the obvious thing I want to do is probably go after it with the Phalanx. But I don't know. I think that Earth Elemental may be a better choice. I might want the Phalanx guarding that against that Warbreed. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to move him up. See what kind of damage he can do. I actually want the Manticore Rider hitting him back because I want to use up his XP. And that Earth Elemental is going to shrug those attacks off for the most part. May as well use another unit that has regrowth. I'm just worried about them dispelling slow on one of those Manticore Riders and jumping something. But I think everything's got enough health, it should be okay. I probably will just use the Titan in this situation to deal with this little problem. Nope, here's what I'm going to do. They're better at taking a hit from those things. The Titan can go right there. He can handle hits from pretty much all of that. Now this one over here is the one I think I want to slow, because then that would give me ability to hit or just beat the living daylights out of him without really being retaliated against. Frost Queen would be also good in this situation for lowering his guard. I think slow doesn't actually lower his guard. No, it doesn't. So what I'm going to do is use Ice Nova, which I think has a range of 3, if I'm not mistaken. See, from there I could get Guard Breaker in. I think I'm going to use it, and the Firstborn can just deal with it. After I put the Firstborn on defense, it's going to break his defense, but I think it'll be okay. Oh wait, the Firstborn I think is I think he's immune to it. He is. Oh no, he's not immune to it, but he's resistant. Maybe it doesn't affect my own units. I'm not 100% sure about that, but it looked like it didn't affect him at all. I think that damage came from the Phalanx. Well, either way, Phalanxes are not a very good match for Dwarf Firstborns, so we'll do that. Now this guy's slowed, has his guard down, and can't retaliate. I want the Knights to go after that Warbreed and use up some of his movement. Okay. These guys to go here, here, and probably here. See if I can get the Knight through. Not quite. Maybe I'll have them go suck up another hit from that Warbreed. Because I think... No, I want to kill this thing before it has a chance to move or retaliate. Actually, no, that's one of the problems with slowing a unit. They will retaliate because they're not using any action points to defend themselves. So it actually might kind of work out against me a little bit. Well, just have to do what I can. Oh, this guy could probably take down the rest of that wall. May as well. Ooh, that might have been a mistake. Well, I think he would die if he moved, though. See if I can get lucky and immolate him. Nope. Alright, what about this guy? He's out of movement, I think. If I could break this wall, I could probably get another unit around to help, if anyone has movement left to do so. There's really not. The only unit that could break that wall is the one that I would need to run through it. Yep, those are the only two left that have any movement this turn. So I guess what I'm going to do is just throw a little more fire at him and hope that by moving towards the ogre he would get wrecked by these other units. I think he would, but I'm a little concerned about that Warbreed messing everything up. So we'll see. See a reason not to kill that guy in the meantime. Oh, I may have forgotten to cast a spell there. He's going to go after the Frost Queen. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. They just went after the pikeman and died. Alright, so who's next? Well, the Warbreed's an easy kill. May as well do that. Get a little lifesteal back. I want to move the Frost Queen away so my units aren't exposed. And we will get... First we will get some healing for this guy. I think he has Resurrect actually, because he's with the... He's got Resurgence. I'm not going to worry too much about that. I'm going to get him and some other units up on the wall to cause trouble up here. Well, maybe I can reach him. Yeah, I'll go ahead and heal him anyway, because it's XP from my Theocrat too. I'll give him Iron Heart. Boost his defense a little bit. That one will probably come down the wall. I need to get rid of this stuff. And a Titan has his guard down, which I don't really like. I wonder if the Knights could help. I don't think they would do enough damage to kill that thing, no. But they come pretty close. Something else might be able to finish it off. You know, I kind of wonder if... I may need her for something else here in a second, but for the time being... Okay, I could destroy that Warbreed. I'm going to try to invoke death on this thing. Nope, but I'll take the minus 40 to its health. And the Earth Elemental should be able to... Actually, we'll let the Phalanx do the rest. And the rest of these units, I'm just going to have them guard that Titan's flank. Now, I have 2 units that can heal undead, because I know the Theocrat has it too, based on an item he's carrying. I think, yeah, he does. Oh, I could have tried to dominate a Warbreed in here. I didn't really think about that. No, there's only one guy left, so unless anyone else has anything particularly important to do, I'm just going to let it move to the next turn. I would appreciate it if Firestorm Pillar would stop nuking that person. Okay, so we have a Titan that needs healing. We have a Frost Queen that really needs healing, which I'm actually going to do that. I need to get this guy through to cause some trouble. Nice hit. And you can probably go ahead and get it. I'm just going to level those phalanxes as much as I can. Nope, he didn't quite get the kill, so how about a devastating charge for the knight? Or maybe a good hit for the troll. Okay, this city belongs to me, gives me a nice good line of sight. Okay, now the next question is, what comes next for the Draconians? I think what I want to do is go back and get Mord. Probably. It's in kind of an annoying place to get to, but on the other hand, it's behind the front line at this point. I'm wondering if I have a different army that could go get it. I kind of need to know what's in there. With enough earth elementals, I could just float across the water and take it. My navy will be here eventually. I don't know much about the water over there, but let's see how the navy's doing. I think they're over here. Should have some movement. Let's move them along and see what they find along their way. Nothing yet. Oops, that boat can't keep up. I gotta remember that. Okay, I got a focus chamber here, which means I was probably planning on building musketeers. I think I'm gonna proceed with that plan. Just build a few of them for fun. Alright, and then these guys were on their way, headed kind of above ground-ish. You know, there is a city over there that's kind of ripe for the taking. I think they might detour and go get that, since the Sorcerer's army is kind of moving more this way. Yeah, why not? Why not grab another city? Plus there's a Sphinx temple they could clear, so that city would help give some pretty good income, and some tombs along the way too. I would like to get that Mer dwelling, but I think it would slow them down enough that it probably wouldn't be worth it. Yeah, there's not really a way for me to get that very easily. Oh, maybe there is. I wonder what the odds of success of all these fairies and that Griffin Rider would be in a battle like that. I would kind of like to get that. I'm going to give that a shot and see what it says the odds of success are. Closely matched. I'm probably going to use spells and try to win this one. Those guys have Seduce. I think the fairies... Yeah, the Nightshade fairies have mind control immunity, but these ones don't. So I'll have to be careful for that. Otherwise, Krakens have Spirit and Blight protection. So that'll negate... Well, it won't stop the Toadstool fairies. No, the fairies will do fine against the Krakens. I think they'll do fine against everything. I'm going to go ahead and go for this. I just need to watch out for the seduction chances. Fortunately, I put the Krakens in front, so I think I can get the jump on them. I don't know that I need to cast a spell here, but I might. Just to be on the safe side. We'll, maybe slow down the one in the back and see what they do. That might get them to charge me, which would be nice. I want to make sure they can't quite reach me. Okay, so back up a little bit there. And I think they are probably... Yep, they're probably in the best spot they can be. Alright. Except for that Griffin. I don't mind the Griffin taking a couple hits, so... Let him deal with the Krakens. Alright. I need him to get levels anyway. Okay, so Fairy is a good counter to that thing. But if it dies... No, I still couldn't be... Yeah, the Fairy's going to be a little distance away regardless of what happens. So I'm going to move here. Come there. I was thinking about moving the Fairy up to get within 3 tiles of our Mermaid, but couldn't do it on this turn even if I wanted to. Priority target's probably the Mermaids. So let's see how much damage I can do to them. Not enough. So, on that note, I want to slow that other Mermaid. Because I do not want something to get... I don't want something to get seduced. I mean, I can handle 1, maybe 2, but that's about all I want to deal with. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to move this guy here. thing is tough as nails. Jeez. Well, I'm not gonna risk... I'm gonna lose something if I don't take a chance here. That Griffin Rider. There's a very good chance he could get seduced. Maybe I'll tempt the mermaids into doing that. He does have... Well, no, his resistance is just as good as the fairies. I just don't want them to kill the toadstool fairies, and they totally could. I'm gonna take a chance with the Griffin Rider here. If it gets converted, I'll try to kill that mermaid fast. Okay, good, he resisted. Alright, so I'm in good shape now. And your guard is down. Alright, critical hits. So, the RNG kind of went in my favor on this one, but I'm not complaining. Just because I can. I'm surprised she didn't try to seduce. Huh. Well, that's fine. I'm going to give the XP to that Griffin Rider just because they need it. They might have been at their max. I'm not sure. I know they leveled up once that battle. Okay, that went well. And that gives me an extra 10 gold per turn, which it adds up. Alright, so detour to this city over here. Going to get make some new friends. And got a lot of random stuff going on. I'm gonna queue up several buildings here, which is something I should be doing more often. Arch Redbeard's reminded me of that a couple times. Grand Palace here, finally. Excellent. Definitely want that. The dragons want to join my empire, but that's not really a good idea given their current position. I can't reliably defend that city, so I'm going to probably decline that. It would take too long to upgrade it as well, so I think I'm just going to permanently decline it and leave them as a vassal. That city is getting me some nice income from the Sphinx Temple, so I will just leave that one be. Let the dragons defend themselves for now. Another Reed Serpent, or maybe that's the first one. No, you can join the defense of this city for now. What do we got here? There's a Vault of Knowledge. I think it probably is best to just leave this one Draconian anyway because of all the volcanic terrain here. Yeah, I'm just gonna absorb it as it is. And these Vaults of Knowledge pair pretty well with Draconian Flamers because the firebomb effect kind of amplifies them with extra damage on multiple tiles. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to keep heading generally west with these firstborns for now. Kind of piling them up in this area. And I believe I had another Forge Priest ordered up. Yes, I did. Because I need to be able to heal my units faster. There's a hospital. Laboratory. I'm going to need a shrine. Praise the leader. Alright. And a Grand Palace here too. So I got a couple Grand Palaces going up on this turn. That's good news. Goblin Dwelling is done. I usually start with a storehouse. And we'll probably do that here too, just because growth for this city is going to be kind of important. It's probably the primary thing I'll use it for until it gets the Vault of Knowledge and can make some... Wait, did this one have a Vault of Knowledge? No, it didn't, but... Oh, it's got a vault... Oh, that city has a Vault of Knowledge. Maybe I should pillage this city. I don't have much of a use for it. How much gold would it be getting me? It's mostly production, research. There's one gold mine over there. There's growth. I think I might want to just pillage this city. Let's see what the option is. We're going to cancel that. Plundering would get me 1,248 gold, 660 mana. Or I could raise it in 2 turns. Ah, man, that's a tough call. I mean, because it's a time investment. If this city's borders expand and I get Goblin Swarm Darters with the Vault of Knowledge upgrade, that'd be really good for dealing with blue. But by the time that happens, blue may have already been dealt with. So, it's kind of a toss-up. I think I'm going to leave it as it is. I think just the sheer size of this city, the income is probably more worthwhile than having a Vault of Knowledge upgrade on the Swarm Darters. So I am going to stick with absorbing it. I can always change my mind later. Because I think any city that you have, I don't know because I don't really ever do this, but I think any city I have, yeah, you can just raise any city you have at any time, so I could always do that later if I felt the need. Got a handful of Praise the Leader festivals this turn. That's very nice. Do I have buildings queued up here? No, I don't think... No, this one, I think the Temple, then Grand Temple, and then I think this one can build a Grand Palace. Alright, I got the item forge. I think my ring is done. Yes, it is. So I can get a sense... So I had fire protection, shock protection, and I threw cave concealment on because I couldn't fit anything else useful on this ring. So that is going to go to my hero. In fact, I'm going to send that off now before I forget to do that, because I probably would. Alright, you go to Tolmuk. And let's slide over to him and see what he's got going on in terms of items at the moment. So the Ruby Ring of Heat Deflection is going to go to be replaced by this other ring, and that's giving me 60% fire protection. So with Forge Aprons, I have 40%. And wait, should look here. Meteoric Army, Ruby Ring of Heat Deflection, and Forge Aprons. Meteoric Armor is giving me 40%. So I only need another 20% from the one ring I just made. So the last ring, all it needs... I need to sell something. Or drop something. Temporarily. Actually, I don't need to do anything yet. Well, no, yeah, that ring is already on the way. So hopefully it'll get there around the same time some of these other items, and I'll make room for it. But when it does get there, so the last ring that I need needs shock protection on it, because I'm close to that. The shield will give me 20%. He has 20% from the other ring I sent him, 20% or 40% from that. So I need one more shock protection ring, and then I can put pretty much whatever else I want on it, and he'll be immune to fire and shock. So it'd be a good option to use against those dang Elf Manticore Riders whenever I start running into them. So let's flip back over to my city here. And we'll order up another ring. Wait a second. Produce upgrades. This city never got... I just realized I never upgraded my capital to have a Grand Palace. Maybe I should forge the ring in the other place. Let's see. Because I got a forge... I've got a Grand Palace in here already. I think I'm going to upgrade my capital. Now that I have another city that can forge items, I will do that. Because I want to get And again, growth doesn't do me... Well, I could use happiness. City's already at cheerful, though. I think I'm just going to go for the mana, since that does do me some good. Not a lot. I'm pretty much already at my cap, but I'm close. And then I'll forge the item here, which means I'm going to need to move that Civic Guard up there to get it. Let's see here. So it's going to be a ring, or some sort of accessory. We'll call it... I don't know what we'll call it. Let's decide what'll be on it first, then we'll decide what to call it. But it'll have shock protection, and probably something that is a 3 or a useful 2. Regeneration is okay, but I don't really think it's that useful. If it was regrowth, I'd get it in a heartbeat, but that's worth a lot more than 3 points. Swimming, not a big deal. I think I'd rather have first strike, but then I'm going to be stuck with another useful concealment upgrade. Let me check to see. I'll make sure the king doesn't already have first strike. It's probably a good way to start. But otherwise, I think first strike would be the way I would go. Okay. Swap back over to my king real quick here and make sure he does not have first strike from something. It doesn't look like he does. Nope. That'll be cool. I mean, first strike pairs extremely well with tireless and defender and all that other good stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna make that for him, and then probably just some other useless concealment. I think I gave him cave concealment on the one I just sent him, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, cave concealment, because he does spend a lot of time underground. So let's close that, and I'll give him some other form of concealment. Maybe it depends on what kind of territory he's going to be running into. There's Arctic, there's a lot of grass. I'll probably just give him like grass concealment or something. Alright, let's swap back down here. Go to Bolestone. Before I forget, I'm going to start moving this guy that direction. We'll be able to make it there pretty soon. And... oh, I had a priest coming through here too. I'm a little OCD, I get distracted a lot. Alright, shock protection, and we will go for the next one. Wait, what am I doing? This is a helmet. I don't need that. Forge item, and go here. Alright, we'll give shock protection, we'll do first strike, and we'll do some other form of useless form of concealment. Mountain, Arctic, Blight, water, forest, wetlands. Maybe forest, because... no, the Juggernauts are going to be tearing down all the forests. Probably not water. I already got cave. I'll just give him, I don't know, urban concealment or something. I'll give him Arctic, because the elf has some Arctic territory that I'm going to be moving into. Really probably doesn't matter. We're going to call this one... something that strikes my fancy here. Let's call it... we'll use that big gold ring there, I think, and we'll call it... no, actually, I'm going to use that one. We'll go call it the Band of... First Strike, so... call it the Long Arm Band. Make sure there's nothing else. I was thinking Predator possibly, but no. For a unit like I'm building my king, I think First Strike is going to be an awful lot more useful. Oh yeah, I thought of a cooler name for this. Yeah, now I'm getting creative. Call it Zeus. Zeus's Zeus. Zeus's? Is that how you do that? I'm just gonna call it the Zeus something. And we're gonna go with I saw something in here earlier. Yeah, that. I like that because it looks cool. Because it's got the Cult of Storms signal on it. We're going to call it the Zeus Pendant. Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool name. I have creative potential. Because, you know, Zeus, electricity, stuff like that. I think Swift Migration was next on my list here. Was this city? Oh, wait, no, it's just a notification. I was like, what does it want me to do here? It's just a notification about the status of the city, but it's already got build orders. Over here, that city was making those human priests. I'll probably make a few more of those, just because I've needed healers here and there. And I may as well be making units anyway. I've got Griffin Riders coming for that city. These guys will head back down. Oh, poor elves are going to get cranky that I'm cutting down all their forests. Alright, we'll leave that city as it is. They'll probably retake it, but I feel like I've got to go back and get that one on the peninsula there. I don't really want stuff coming from behind. I'd rather be able to focus my attention in one direction. So let's move everybody back as far as they can go. I think it's going to be about that because those guys are slowing everybody down a bit. So something like that is fine. If they take that city, they'll just take it back later. But I did kill off quite a few units there, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. I'll keep the spy drone in the mountains and just see what I can see over here. And these guys, I probably don't need to worry about an attack coming from this direction at this point because I've taken their frontline city. But I do need to worry about stuff coming from this area. There is an Archon dwelling right there. Not Archon dwelling, a haunted boneyard. So there could still be stuff that comes after this city. I don't know. Actually, you know what I think I'll do is probably move them into the Goblin City. It's a little bit more forward of a city, and is also like kind of close to these front lines. I sort of need to hold this point, so I think I'm going to do that. I'll move them around and up. Alright, now I'm going to sneak through Valerie's land, try to spy out some of this. Well, she's got stuff. Just want to get a sight on the city. That is her capital, alright. Can we see her by chance? There's a hero there that's not Valerie. Nope. Can't see her, but at least I know where her capital is now. Now I'm going to try to get out of there. It's going to be a while before my King's Army can get up there, but I might actually just cross the water. I'm presuming there's a water through there. I might actually just cross that with my King's Army. How far can everyone make it? They can get there. Tanks can actually get even further. They can get there. So I think I'm going to do this. They're still kind of healing up after getting the living daylights beat out of them. But there's no time to waste. I must continue moving forward. Hopefully I can find their leader soon. You know what? There might be a land bridge here. It actually kind of looks like it. See if that lost soul can tell. Yep, there definitely is. And he's also probably definitely going to get attacked, so that's okay. I wanted to spy out what was in here. I don't see his king here either, so maybe there's a chance he's in this city. If he's not in this city, my bet is that he's underground somewhere. He might be down near where my kind of this defensive choke point that I've set up is. Could be in that city or anywhere in this area would be my guess. But we'll see. I'm hoping he's right here and we'll make this nice and easy. And just knock the Tigrans out of the game. Alright, and these boats... Oh, they're not going after that group, probably. At least not yet. I'm just going to continue to shoot stuff. Did I check and see what was in here already? I feel like I did, and there was like 4 Krakens or something. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with that. That's a legendary. I don't imagine that would end well. Alright, we'll manual combat this just because got to be careful with the boats. They can't heal. They're going to charge. Hopefully they will line up. A couple of them did at least. 3 of them did. Alright, cool. That makes this easy. Well, they're already dead. Game over. A big group of galleons is just plain fun. You know, I think I'm going to turn them around and send them north. I'm not too interested in that little island down there. I'm probably going to be ignoring it. Although they could serve some useful purpose down here. If there are units in or around this area, they could prevent them from getting off the island very easily. I'll at least do a loop around, probably. I don't really want to mess with a Kraken. Alright, so that's actually just an independent city right now. So that makes it less of a concern. So I'm going to try to get these guys up behind Valerie's stuff and see what kind of damage I can do over here, if anything. I do want another turn of healing for these guys. That knight's a little beat up. Can probably attack on the next turn. You know what? They've been sitting around for long enough. Let's see what the odds of success are here. Closely matched. I tend to think I have an advantage here because these guys have frost resistance. And they have they have fire weakness. I think I'm just going to give this a shot as it is. I don't want these guys have been kind of waiting around for too long, and meanwhile the rest of the game is just progressing without them. I want to get, because these are my good dwarf firstborns. These guys should be on the front lines. Alright, so they may all do that thing, that Ice Nova thing, but I'm fine with that if they do. I'm going to give this guy Guarded by Flames. Alright, good. Everybody resisted. Well, let's move forward by 1 space, and then on the next turn I'll be able to get in their face if they don't decide to make a move. Which, I hope they don't, because that would put me in a pretty good position. Okay, here they come. Alright, I want to preferably flank attack something with this if I can. Let's... Okay, good job. You made short work of that person. I don't think flanking attacks will be necessary. Oh. It's got fire protection. That kind of sucks. Well, we'll just hit it with a big hammer. Well, these things aren't going to last long. Yeah, see, I don't know why this was closely matched. I don't feel like those Frostqueens have much of a chance against Firstborns. They'll even resist that Frost Aura effect for freezing. Go ahead and move, see what happens. Well, you are very dead. As are you. Okay. That was easy. I should not have been waiting around that long to do that. Tiger's Eye Ring, Mark Blood Sacrifice, and Invigorate. I like that second item. This first one's okay. I mean, Invigorate's actually really good. I'm gonna take that. Probably will send this to the Warlord, I think. I'm not sure who should get that cloak, but that's a good cloak. I think it's fire immunity and regeneration and resurgence, both of which are very good. Might give that to the Warlord and give him resurgence. That would be kind of cool. Yeah. I'm going to sell this. I don't really need that anymore. Okay. Yeah, I'll give him that. It'll be kind of a cool item for him to have. Then I don't have to be quite as careful with him and can use him as a Warlord is intended to be used. Let's see, where was that structure here? I'm just going to move the Firstborns up here, because they'll be able to walk out of that with a little more movement than the Knight would. And then this battle should be pretty easy. I'll let the Forge Priest go with them. And now the cascade of independent slaughtering can begin. See, the great thing with Dwarf Firstborns, you pretty much just run them forward. They're probably going to be fine. We'll see who needs health after this. For now, I'm just going to open up on that Human Priest a little bit. I will let that Knight charge me. Or at least come down this way. I would prefer to be the one getting a bunch of devastating charge hits on it. I'm gonna back them up so the Halberdier doesn't kind of interfere with things. And speaking of the Halberdier, I can actually shoot at him a little bit. Alright, that should be good. Knight. Oh, there was a second Knight back there that I didn't notice. Okay. These guys should be just fine. Now that Knight's out of movement, which means I can go after Priest. Do a little more damage with these Swarm Darters to those guys. I don't like them. I actually need to turn... Okay, what I need to do is turn that guy around. Goodbye. My gosh, these guys are good. Alright, who needs healing? Is anyone within range of this Forge Priest at all that could remotely use it? Not really. Well, I'm just going to end the battle. Yeah. Alright, maybe now you can get somebody. Yeah, you could heal this firstborn here. Oh, I can't wait until that army gets up to the front. That is all stuff that... This short bow is kind of nice, because it does give razor projectiles to someone. I think I already have that. I'm gonna take it because just having it in your inventory gives you a bonus. And then I'm gonna send that ring to literally whoever can take it. I'm pretty sure the sorcerer already has a razor projectiles bow in his inventory, but it's probably worth checking to see if anybody else does. It doesn't matter for the king or the warlord because they are pretty much pure melee fighters at this point. This guy actually does not have... Oh, he's got one on the way. Okay. So I sent that to him in the last episode. The Necromancer could use one, even though she is kind of built for melee too. Does the Druid actually... Obvious question is, does the Druid have one? He actually doesn't. Well, I should give it to him then. I'm gonna sell the Mug of Eternal Joy, I think. I just need to make room. And I have the Pyromaniac's Tinderbox on him for a reason, even if I never use it. Alright, we're just gonna sell that. Well, it's nice that I'm still finding some useful items. I will send that off to the Druid right away. You know what I probably should have done is just let the Forge Priest handle this one on their own. Oh great, no, now the Firstborns are Forge Priests. Now everything is all messed up. Let the Firstborns handle this one on their own, because there's literally no way any of these units could kill the Firstborns unless I just stood there and let the Shredders hit me. Which is obviously not going to happen even in auto combat. Alright, I'm going to try to move him down here and see if there's a knight that needs healing. Naturally, the one that's furthest away needs it the most. That's fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and patch you up a little bit. I wonder if I could take out the cheetah. He's a devastating... Yep. Now he's dead. Get wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. Oh my gosh. Oh, the killing momentum. It's so much fun. Alright, well, what are you gonna do, Shredder? You're gonna fumble. I can't blame you for having low morale at this point. Giant hammer to the back of the head. Ouch. Alright, and a little gold. I'll take it. They're actually not too far away from where most of the fighting's going down, so that is very good news for me. I'm going to keep them together for the time being, but won't be long, and hopefully we'll have some firstborns on the front line. Alright, well, this episode is at over an hour now, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. As soon as I'm done digging, let me dig around in here a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to call it for this one. Hopefully, the next episode, we will get to see the Tigrans' capital fall, and if I'm lucky, be able to find out what their leader is. Same thing with the Draconians now. I need to start looking for their leader as well, a bit more carefully. Maybe it's worth summoning a spy drone. Actually, you know what? Before I forget to do anything else, let me go in here and reinforce Great Mobilization. Use my remaining casting points. I don't think I'm going to need them for anything else this turn. Otherwise, I'll probably forget in the next episode. Okay, so that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.